Yeah, love how you move.
All around the world.
I wanna take you to Art Basel, some shit like that.
All around the world. Boys stare, girls swirl.
Huh.
Damn, you trigger happy.
Bang, bang.
So happy
The
to
primary
see
purpose of the CAF podcast is to express
got your foot all
platform for
over
creatives to express their personal views or opinions without restriction or censorship. All views or opinions expressed during the CAF podcast are solely those of individuals expressing such views or opinions and does not reflect the views of the CAF podcast.
Subscribe button too if you want to see more podcasts from Florida. Go follow our main man, Florida. Don't play with it.
Shout out to Florida.
Yeah,
Shout out to
shout out,
Florida.
huge shout out to Florida, man. Thank you for having
Thank
me
you.
on. Yeah, it was a privilege.
DJ Star.
Alright. Okay, so let me say this first off. First of all, thank you for coming back, Momma Lisa.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Now, let me say this. The episode we did last year, it only got, if I'm correct, 32 or 36 views, which is not that high. But this is the thing, the reason why I'm bringing you back, because when I took the clips and I put them on my mama Facebook page, I think the highest we got was 240.
Oh, I can't remember what I did last year.
Yeah. So like I don't know what I never posted anything on my mama page, on her Facebook page. But I took your clips and I posted on the page, and I guess, my mama being older and being a mother, it resonated with her and all her friends. And literally ever since then, our subscribers went up by like at the time I think we had maybe like 130. Now we knocking at 180.
Oh, okay.
Our views went up.
You should have let me see it first. Go back over the old interview first.
I thought you seen it. You haven't seen the video?
I did, but it was last year.
Oh.
You know, so I was like, okay. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this. Whitney didn't tell me this till yesterday.
Well, you could blame her too, because I told Whitney, I said, Whitney, this year I want to do more than one mother.
Okay.
So she said she was gonna get maybe about 3 or 4. I said they don't have to be people they don't have to be like in your family. But if it's women willing to talk, I'm willing to have them on to have the discussion. She was like, okay, I got you. And I literally reminded her tomorrow, say, hey, and she was like, well, let me call my mom and see if she's available.
Yeah, because I was like, weird. Because I was working in my yard. I was trying to get my planting on. Okay. You know, I have a garden.
No, I did not know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah. Yeah, I've grown everything. Corn, bell peppers, lettuce, tomatoes.
Okay, stop talking, because you still owe me a dinner. Your cooking.
Whenever you get back.
It's just that time.
I promise you, I got you.
I just know it was a lot going on with the church and then what Whitney got going on. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. It was a lot going on that and I had every intentions to cook and all that good stuff, but it was crazy weekend.
Okay, so Cal Podcast, we're here with a special Mother's Day episode again, and since we're doing it again, we just so happen to bring back the young lady that we had on last time to do it again. So we're gonna welcome back to the Cal, the one and only. Y'all might know her as Whitney DeLisa Mama, but she's also my mama, but we like to call her Momma Lisa. Welcome back to the Cal.
Well, thank you, AJ. I'm glad to be back again.
Now, let me say this, because I gave you the numbers, but the reason why I'm glad you did come back, because it was a lot said, but it was a lot we didn't get a chance to hit on because of it was just a good conversation.
Yeah, it really was. We went on for a minute, didn't we? Because I think the girls actually came in. Can you stop that fan towards me just here? Yeah, I want it on me. But
I think the girls was able to come in, and then it was you got to talk to them and all. So go higher, a little bit higher. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So where y'all like
it
the
turned
office
out
or at the
it turned
house?
out really well.
Y'all like the office or at the house?
Huh?
Y'all like the office or the house?
We're at the office.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're at the studio.
Oh.
Okay, you can tell we in the background.
Yeah, because I thought y'all was gonna be at the house, but the background is looking real beautiful.
Yeah, that's how it looks when the sun is getting ready. We sit, our back sits towards the west, and the sun is going down. It's a beautiful view.
Yeah, it look like it's mountains and everything, but it's just a building.
I said mountains. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Little Rock is a beautiful place. It really is. It has this and then we in a season that everything is growing, it's blooming. So it's a really beautiful city. I mean, I'm sorry, state, not city. Little Rock is beautiful. It's a natural state.
We
Yeah.
we know what you say. We got
Yeah.
you. We got you. We Black. We understand it. So, Mother's Day edition. So we're gonna start from the beginning because I had to go. I went back and watched it, and I had to literally figure out what questions I didn't ask. And then as I'm watching it, I was like, okay, I didn't ask this and that, but I'm gonna just start from the top. So, what does? No, I said I wasn't gonna say that because you answered it. I said, what does being a mother mean to you?
What does a mother means to me? A mother is wow. I mean, I'm just gonna say this. Without a mother, I mean, that's everything starts with a mother. You know, she's the giver of life. And being a mother is priceless. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. That is the one job, and I think I said this last time, that you will never retire from. You own 24/7, 365 days of the year. It never ends. Even when your children get older, they still need you. I enjoy being a mother. I enjoyed it from the time I brought them home. Not even that, from the time they was in my womb, I enjoyed them. I remember one of my aunts really said she couldn't believe that I was going to be a mom. She said, I never really pictured you being a mother. But yeah, I really enjoy being a mother. I enjoy raising my girls. I wouldn't trade nothing for them. I wouldn't. Nothing.
Okay. Now the question I'm about to ask is what we didn't get a chance to hit on, because we talked about everything about being a mother, the protection part, how you said once you found out that you were pregnant, love didn't enter your mind, protection did. Now, what are some of the struggles? Because we didn't get to that part. We didn't get to the parts of the struggles of being a mother, of being the person who is bringing a life into this world, carrying it for 9 months, the ups and the downs. Like, what is the struggles of being a mother to you?
The struggles is no more self. It's no more by you. It ain't no individual no more, because everything that you do is not just you anymore. And even though I had my husband and all that, it was still me. Everything still relied on me. When my girls started getting older, I basically made my life surrounded around them. My jobs, I did my schedule around them. They went everywhere I went. If they couldn't go, then I didn't go. That's just what it wasn't a struggle. I wouldn't say it was a struggle. I would say that it was a shift in my life. Because once I decided I was going to be a mother, I couldn't put me first. They came first. They came first in everything. And I mean, even choosing which job I take, if the hours didn't fit, I was like, well, I can't take it because I got my girls. I can't, this is the hours I can't do. I remember one time my husband and I, we had to work literally off shifts because our girls was back to back. And daycare was a killer then, and it still is. But
it's a killer now.
So when you have two kids that, I had a toddler. My girls was 15 months apart, so they both was in daycare at the same time, and they was just eating my check up just to send them there. So one day I told my husband, I said, look, hey, I can stay at home and take my own kids, because by the time I pay them, I have this left. I might as well stay at home. So we had to make some adjustments in our schedules. He worked nights and weekends, and I worked days. We saw each other in crossing and passing. We did that until they got ready to go to school, because that's what we had to do. And you always hear this saying that mothers just do what they got to do. I mean, they do. And like I said, I don't look at it as a struggle. I look at it as adjustment. It's a shift in my life that I chose to take when I decided to have children, because I knew it was going to be some sacrifices. Because I look at my own mom, as we was growing up, she made sacrifices for us. She put us first. So I learned to put your children first. That wasn't anything. I remember she ate the leftovers of stuff out of our plate. That's what mom did. So we always came first. So I didn't know nothing else but to put my children first.
Okay.
For one thing.
So let me, because I already know this would be a good conversation, because this is the problem. And
Starlight.
Hey guys, my name is Delisa, and I'm the owner of Nails by Delisa, and I do all full-size services, from full acrylic nails to gel nails and gel manicures, and also pedicures. I'm a big stickler of education and also giving my clients the tender loving care that they need and desire. Please come out to see me. I am located in Little Rock, Arkansas. If you're ever in the spot, please come, book an appointment. There are appointments only, because this is a one-on-one service to give you all of my time and attention. Shout me out. Phone number 501-909-6886.
You do that and say it again.
501. Oh. The number is 501-909-6886.
DJ Star.
That's what I was saying. I'll never be a mother. I'll never be a woman. But I always ask women, is it good for you to put stuff for your children first over you? Like, I know you want to be the mother and make sure you take a kid, but if you're not good, how would it affect the kids if mama's not in the right place?
Well, I understand what you're saying. True. Now, I know I do some sacrifice and put my kids first. Self-care is most important. I mean, WIT is big on that. I've always been big on that.
Shout out to the Self-Love Symposium 2026.
Yeah. Yes, but you have to, in order to care for someone else, you got to make sure you in a good place too. That's just being in tune with your mental health and in tune with yourself. So if you're not good, if you stressed out, you overwhelmed, of course you're not going to be good for your kids. So it has to be a balance. Mm-hmm. There's times that the kids got to go with their dad or go do something away from the kids so you can just be able to just breathe, because it can become overwhelming. You got kids, especially you got more than one that's pulling on you from different directions. So, but you being in a good headspace is always, you got to always do that. I mean, I never discipline my kids out of anger. I always tell them, I say, hey, you need to go to your room. I need to walk away from you right now. because then they can take you there, you know. They can take you there, but get yourself together and come back out, and then you regroup. Um, and then just the life itself, um, just going to work, dealing with the hustle and bustle of people, other people, and then coming on trying to cook and help with homework and get the kids ready for bed and school in the morning and clothes and washing and cleaning and cooking. All of those things are a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a
And
lot.
it never stops. And then if you miss a day, that means it just piled up on top of each other. Um, and if you have your own issues, then you ain't gonna make it, you know. But I had a great support system. I had my mother, which I still do, um, was always there to say, "Hey, let me take the kids for the weekend." I had their aunties that always wanted to come and get them and be around. And I was this mom that I didn't like my kids to be at everybody's house. I didn't trust a lot of people. But if I allow you to take my children, you better believe I definitely really trust you with them. Okay. Because I know things happen to kids, especially girls. I mean, even boys, but I just didn't put the care of my kids in just anybody's hands. Um, so, but yeah, you have to make sure you in a good headspace and you in a good space, and being able to have a routine. And when it's time the kids go to bed at 8:30, then you need to be started getting them ready at 7 or 7:30. Okay, let's get these clothes together. Let's get these baths together. You need to be heads and beds. Simple as that. Um,
I asked that question because when we was doing the podcast, or when we first started, we would talk to women. They would say, and maybe not for you because you was married, you had your husband, but you got single women up here getting the kids ready, getting them ready for school. Then they gotta go to work. Then gotta make sure somebody pick up the kids, stay with the kids. Oh, by the way, maybe they don't have girls, they got boys, so now they gotta get them ready for football, basketball, baseball, or if they do got girls, recitals, dance practice, cheerleading, and it's like they doing all this sacrifice. But I'm like, hey, what are you doing for you?
yeah.
Because if mama is not in the right space, how's she gonna be in the right space for her kids? Like we just had I know in Florida, I can't think of the lady, but she was dealing with a lot, and her son was autistic, and
Oh, yeah.
she tried to drown him because it was just a lot.
Wow.
And he was like 7 or 8. It's a
Wow.
video, it's a gruesome video. Thank God
Wow.
somebody was there to save the boy, but she was just saying it was just too much.
Yeah. Yeah. So she just snapped.
Took him to the lake. Took him to the lake. Had him walk him on the side of the lake, and pushed him in the water. Ran, and it was a guy film. It was a guy filming. God working mysterious ways. Why he was filming, I don't know. But thank God he did, because he filmed her pushing her and went and saved the boy.
Wow. My God. Well, like I say, it can be overwhelming. I know being married was overwhelming for me, and I had a husband to help. But even though my husband was there, but he worked long hours, so I was still on me. But I had a support system. Like I said, I had my mother, I had their aunties, I had, some people that I trust. That, hey, you got the kids. They were like, okay, Lisa, I can come. They can come this weekend to the house. I had that. And I know sometimes some mothers don't have that. And Dee and Whitney will tell you all. I mean, I'm that motherly person anyway. I'm that person say, hey, if you need some help, I've been there. I understand. I want to help you. I really want to help you, because especially if I see young mothers struggling, I want to be there for them. If I can help pick up a kid for them in school, or drop them off, or just give you a weekend break so you can just sleep in past 8 o'clock, that's a luxury, being a mother. sleeping past 8 o'clock. You ain't got to hit the floor at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning,
That's a luxury
baby.
for me. That's a luxury for me.
So I remember when the time I could sleep past 8 o'clock, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing with myself? Um, so just having that support system, and I'm not saying that lightly, because you just can't trust everybody with your kids. And but if you do got that person and you got that team, utilize them. Yeah.
So when you did let your babies go to somebody else house, or you let them be in somebody else's protection, like, is your mind still on go? Like, I wonder what Whitney and Delisa doing over at
Of
such and
course.
such house.
Of
I wonder
course.
what they doing at the park with such and such. I
Of
wonder
course.
what they doing with such and such at church.
Of course. Your kids is always on your mind. Always. I remember one time we went out of town. Dave and I went out for our anniversary. And the whole time, they was with my mom now. The whole time I'm saying, well, I wonder what the girls doing. The girls will enjoy doing this. We both saying this. The whole time we spent talking about them and what they would enjoy being. So yeah, they always on my mind. I mean, even as adults, I think about them throughout the day. I'm connected. So I'm so connected with my kids. I could just feel them, you know. When they say, I was just about to call you. Or if I pick up the phone and the voice doesn't sound right. Before we had all this FaceTime and technology, I was like, what's wrong? Like especially when they was in college. I said, what's wrong? No, nothing. I said, no. What is it? I can hear it. I hear it in your voice. What is
No,
it?
I think we had this conversation. I think my mama, she used to do that. Like, my mama used to call me and ask me what's wrong. I'm like, what are you talking about? What's
Yeah.
wrong? I'm like, well, this. I'm like, how you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And my grandma was I sometimes like, you must be talking to God himself, because how
Oh
you
yeah.
calling me?
Oh yeah. We
Like
we
that.
have that. We have that sixth sense, that intuition. Mothers knows. We just know, and you're a praying mom. You constantly asking God to protect your kids, watch over your kids. As they go out into the world, going in and out of different places. You know, so you do. God let you know. He give you warning.
Okay. Cal Podcast Mother Day edition episode here. We got Momma Lisa back with us in here doing it again. Now, once again, I told you there was a lot of questions that we didn't tap into, but we're gonna try our best to get into, because this is moving along just like I thought it would. Now,
Okay.
you say you didn't discipline your Whitney and Delisa like most Black mothers do.
Well, I did discipline. I mean, believe me, they got
I
spankings.
mean, okay, that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm like, yeah, how did you make it with them? Not saying that Whitney and Lisa bad, but every now and then, I've seen mothers and daughters have these conversations, good times, bad times. It's like, what was your technique when dealing with them?
Well, honestly, Asia, I was the disciplinary. My husband wasn't a disciplinary person.
I know that. That's why I'm asking you. I know that.
No, I was actually, because he was, man, when I say he was weak as water when it comes to these girls, I had to tell him, go in there and whoop them. And then he'll whoop me, come in there and say, what I'm whooping them for? That's how he was. But Delisa got more whoopings than Whitney. Delisa was my challenging kid. She challenged me on everything. That's why she getting it back with her son.
Like from Solomon.
I said, that's why, girl, I said, Lisa, that is you all day long, questioning me. Why when I tell you the sky is blue, you're going to say, no, it's not, it's orange. That was her. She was my challenging kid. But there was times that they got their butt whipping. And there's times that I took things away from them. There's times they got punished. It just depends on what they did and how many times have I told, I gave them warning for it. Now, sometimes whooping wasn't even cause for it. A nice talking, and I believe in talking to my kids. Come here, sit down. Let me talk to you. What were you thinking when you did that? I want to know what her head was. And of course, Delisa wasn't thinking. She just acted on impulse, and that's what got her in there.
Mhm.
So, but it just depends on the situation. It depends on what they're doing and what happened. Um, I always told them they represent me wherever you go, even if I'm there or not. You still a representation of me.
Mhm.
So don't go out there and shame me or shame you and do anything that you would not, do into my present. So, I gave my girls leeway. I gave them rope. I gave them say, okay, go out. You can't just hold them, because you don't want them. You want to prepare them for life. You just can't hold them in the house. And when it's time for them to go out there, they act buck wild. I never did want that because I saw that happen to young ladies. But you got to give them leeway. They got to, in order to learn, they're going to fail in some areas. I mean, we all did. We didn't come out just getting it right. And sometimes we forget that we was a kid or a teenager.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So in dealing with it, because you're raising two girls, two black girls.
Yeah.
Like what like, and I'm gonna go back to you, but to your mom. What did something that she started in you that you were like, I gotta put this in Whitney and Delisa just because, not because they're women, but they're two black women getting ready to deal with the real world on a day-to-day basis, and some things mommy can't be there to get them, to be there to be a protection to them.
Well, I did teach them to be honest. That integrity, because if you did something, admit to it. Just flat out said. It took Dee a minute to get it, but once she got it, she was like, "Oh, this is it." Yeah, but you ain't got no reason to lie. If you did it, you did it. I taught my girls to be leaders, not followers. If you're gonna do something, and if you would have came to me and said, "Mama, I did this because I wanted to da 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 da," I would have accepted that more than when you tell me that you did that because you followed this other little girl. Now that I did not go for. So if you came and said, "Well, I took so and so because I wanted it," I would have. Now it still wouldn't been wrong, but I at least would have took that saying, at least you did it because of what no one convinced you to do or push you to do it or influence you to do it. I always tell my kids to think for themselves. Don't let other people think for you. So and that was what my mother instilled in me. Always represent yourself as a lady. Always. Just because someone else is doing it don't mean you need to do it. Carry yourself with respect, because if you don't respect yourself, how you think anybody else gonna respect you? And even I remember when they was coming up as young teenagers, they wanted to wear certain things, and I was like, why? Why you want to wear that? Tell me why you want to wear that. Because so and so, they wearing it, but they ain't you. Does that fit you? Does this define who you are? So I mean, that took some time because Dee wanted to do her own little thing, and it took a while for her to tap into that and find herself. But once she did, she realized that she don't got to be like nobody else. But those are things that I just continue to instill with her. Be you. You make your own brand. Make your own name. You ain't got to follow behind nobody else. When the girls like they was playing sports, I heard you say earlier about juggling, being in sports and recital, different things. They was in every sports that you can think of: softball, basketball, volleyball, track. Whitney had dance and stuff that she still had to do. So we was ripping and running and going every different direction. So I know in middle school and high school, you still are finding yourself. You're trying to figure out what you like and what you don't like, and your friends is your influencer, but you want like-minded friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I was that mom that kind of, they didn't know it back then, but I kind of picked their friends, which they are still friends today.
Oh, you're gonna have to elaborate on this. I gotta hear this. I need to hear this.
They yeah, I actually end up picking their friends, and how, and they didn't know, but I actually picked their parents.
Mm.
That's who I picked. I picked their parents because if you and me had like parenting skills and we kind of had that kindred spirit and we like-minded, then you'll be all right with me, you know. Um, so I brought these girls together through a part of a basketball team, and some of them started as early as 5 and 6 years old. Now they, 36, 37 years of age now. And they're still friends because how I picked their parents.
That's interesting. Never heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that I just wanted to like-minded, because if you taught your girls the way I was teaching my girls, then I like, okay, because you got to know the parents. You know, did you believe in letting your 13-year-old daughter go out and date?
Hold on,
You
don't skip it. Hold on, don't push it yet. You skip it. You running over my questions. Don't do that. Because I was gonna talk about that. Don't run over
Okay.
my question. No.
Yeah.
Don't kill it for me, because these
I'm not going to kill it for you. I'm not.
But since we talking about it, we're gonna get it now. Mother, once again,
Mhm.
2 female Black women, and boys gonna be boys.
Mhm.
So what did you teach your daughters about that word dating, or even talking to boys?
Well, when they wanted to, okay, let me go back to their friends.
Let's
Remember, I told you,
you pick the mommy
I picked
and
their parents. Yeah.
okay.
And their parents, we was like-minded. So when they went out as groups, girls groups. So it was like 4 or 5 of them. They all went together. So if they was going to the movies, or they was going to the ball games, or they was going to the little parties, they all went together. So either I took them or the other parent picked them up. You know, that's how they went. So if it was on a weekend, we knew what house they was going to be at. So it was kind of like that. So we know. And they was beautiful. They are beautiful girls. All of them are beautiful women now. And so the boys was always around. And my questions to them was, why you want to date? Because I felt that if you dating, you date to marry. Are y'all trying to get married? No, we ain't trying to get married. So why are you dating? Now y'all can have friends, and I allow them to have friends, not boyfriends as in dating, but boyfriends. Um, I think when they actually started having boyfriends, when they got I think they was like 16. Now, Whitney sneaked and had some in middle school. They had the school boyfriends and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But officially they was like in high school when they actually had one. But we always talk about, what was your purpose of dating? What's the purpose of dating? Are you trying to marry this man? No. So why are you wasting your time? You can go to movies, you can go to the dance, y'all can go eat, y'all can go to the ball games, but what are you trying to do? You want a title? Because the only title after this is wife. That's how I looked at it. I raised my girls to be wives. I didn't raise them to be girlfriends.
This is a whole nother. Oh no, I gotta stop you there, because we could have a whole nother episode just on that right now, just that conversation.
No, I
Because
didn't raise, I didn't raise them
because
to be
the stuff you saying, I heard both of them talk like that
Yeah.
away from you.
Mhm.
So just to hear that now is like, oh,
Yeah, I didn't raise them to be for a boyfriend. No, I raised them to be someone's wife. Yeah, they are wives. That's what they are. And whatever, when that man choose them, they got a prize. I'm gonna tell you because they're good women.
Mm-hmm.
They're good women, good mothers, good companions, soulmate, helpmate, got your back, all of that. They saw their mom as far as her role in the house, as far as a wife and a mother. So they know exactly what to do. So they've been taught well.
Okay. Now, another question that we didn't get to because once again we had a good conversation. But you leaving you led to it, not the boyfriend stuff, not that crap. But the mother side of your life, how did it get in contrast with the wife side of your life? Like, it's times where it's Mama Lisa, but there's another time where it's Daddy need Lisa.
Yeah.
So how did you work that out? Because you did say it was times where y'all was, drop the baby off, I pick him up, he get him nights and weekends, early morning. So when did all right, no more Mama Lisa, Lisa need to get to her husband.
Let me just say this. I have this husband.
Headline Starlight.
My name is Whitney Brown. I am a master level social worker. I worked in the mental health field 30 years, for the past 13 years. Yesterday was the third annual of the Self-Love Symposium. Yeah. So if you're in Little Rock, or if you want me to come to whatever church location or schools, I'm more than welcome to do that. I've done that as well. I give out a symposium on self-love and how it relates to the whatever population. It can reach any population. So if you have any information or want me to come out and speak at your venue, at your program, whatever that may be, like I said, church, work, school, community, you name it, I'm there. You can follow me on social media, which is Queen_Brown, just without the O. So BRWN, QUEEN_BRWN, or you can reach out to me by phone. Preferably text me first because we got these scammers out here. But 501-410-4479 and get with me if you'd like for me to do a self-love event or any event for that matter about mental health.
DJ Star.
He's rare. Don't get me wrong. He's really rare. And he agrees with me. The girls come before me, either one of us. We decided that right before we got married, when we sat down and we was talking about what we want in a relationship and from one another. And that was one thing we both said. So we did put our needs on the back burner, and we just kind of fit in when we can fit in, until we just want to, like we try to do our anniversary and we try to do around my birthday, something like that. But no, 9 times out of 10, we always had our girls, always. I'm not saying that was always good, but that's just the way we did it. Okay. Because we family oriented, so it works for us. And I know in another relationship, it may not work. That woman may need her husband, I got to have my weekends. I had friends that I gotta get away from the kids. You gotta take me out.
Take the kids to my mom, me, my house. Hey, me and you, let's slide to Memphis or something.
Yes. That wasn't David and I. That wasn't. That wasn't. And a lot of my friends like, how y'all do it? We are in agreement with this. We, as old as my girls, and we still like hanging out with our kids, and they like hanging out with us.
Especially that Solomon one. That Solomon child.
Yeah, that's it.
That Solomon child, boy. I tell you.
Yeah, so I mean, but like I said, that just worked for us. I know for other relationship it may not work, and some women just and men just say, "Hey, I need my time. You spending too much time with the kids. You know, you put them over me." But that was never David. He has never ever said that. And one thing he did, he asked me to do when he asked me to marry him, he asked me to have his children. He said, "That's one thing I can't do. I can't give birth." He said, "But I promise you, if you have them, I'll take care of them." And he done it.
Cal Podcast, man, our Mother's Day episode edition, special edition with Momma Lisa back in the Cal. Look, it's still. Look, I'm looking at the time now. It's like I know I ain't gonna tap all these questions. Like you might as well get ready for 2026.
Okay.
Like you might as well get ready for 2026 because it's you gotta look at it from this point, Momma Lisa. I'm a guy asking these questions, so I would never know.
Right.
But it's just like we got a lot of female followers. We got a lot of mothers following us. We got a lot of female mothers who are in relationships, single, married, looking for a man, dating women. But at the end of the day, they all have one thing in common: motherhood. So I'm asking questions because once again, I got to go back to it. I didn't heard this over and over. My child, I put them before me, but once again, I never understand, but I just know this fact. If I'm not good, how can I be good to somebody I'm taking care of raising if I'm not putting something about me first over this child?
Like I said, self-care, you got to take care of yourself. And whatever that is, it's having a weekend or if that's what you need, you know, because different needs is at different levels for different people. Because my needs may be different from your needs. Like I say, I'm speaking from my experience and and my needs and my wants. You might have a parent, like you said about the young woman that's dealing with a special needs child. She needed that support. She needed a break. She was breaking. And she thought that was the only outlet for her. But in some cases that, you just need that support. And so just trying to find it and like I said, motherhood is a struggle. It is hard. It's not always easy in some cases. Just because you're a mother doesn't mean that you're going to have the gravy train with it. Some mothers come and it's perfect. And some mothers, they actually struggle. They have hard time financially, emotionally, spiritually. Some have health problems that come along behind having children that never ever get their self back, their body back. So a lot comes behind that. So yeah, we carry a lot of things, a lot of baggage come behind it. But so just and some mamas don't have their mothers or had a mama that wasn't even worth having, and they out here on this by themselves. So like I say, but if you can't find somebody that can be in your group or be your support, then yeah, if it's just one person. But but I know that's not always can happen that way.
Okay. Now, usually we do the Cal Podcast questions, but I'm not gonna do them tonight because they kind of raunchy. I didn't have a chance to really make some good ones. Plus, people still laughing about the question about the juvenile thing. That was funny. I could see, but that's still funny. So, but you guessed it right, which was crazy.
Oh,
but
really?
You did, because I asked you what year did juvenile take over, and you was like, you said
90,
2000 or something like that.
Yeah, what I say, 2000. Yeah, something I say I can't remember what I said.
You need to go watch that.
Yeah,
video.
99, 2000, yeah, something like that. I said
that was crazy because people still laughed about that.
Why?
Because first of all, you look confused, but you guessed it right.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know when because
Literally, those are exact words. I don't know. 2000. That was literally. I'm gonna play the video once we get off this. Once I stop recording, I'm gonna play the video.
Okay.
But I only got 3 questions, and then I'm gonna get you to do a special Mother's Day edition. So my first question: what advice would you give to somebody who just found out they pregnant, like this following month? What advice would you give to that mother, that future? Well, she is a mother. Well, is she a mother when she had a baby, or when she found out she's pregnant?
She's a mother when she finds out she's pregnant because that's a living being inside of you. That's a living
So
soul.
what advice would you give to them?
Embrace it. Don't compare your pregnancy with nobody else. Love it. Love you. Talk to your baby. Encourage your baby. Encourage yourself. You know, be open-minded for this journey because it's going to be a journey for you. It's going to be a great journey. You know, it's not that you losing yourself, it's that look at it as another chapter in your book. You're getting ready to go to another adventure. Get ready to meet somebody and introduce them to this world. And you get to be a part of it. You get to be a part of it. You get to introduce them to all the new things in the world. You get to be their teacher. You get to grow with them. All of that.
What 3 things a mother gonna need once she have the baby? What is the top 3 things a mother, you in your personal opinion, a mother's gonna need once she have the baby?
For the baby or for
just in general? What are 3 things you need these? It can be anything. It don't have to be specific. You don't gotta be like diapers, milk. Like, what are 3 things that she gonna need?
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. She gonna need some patience.
Okay, patience. We'll put patience on the list.
She gonna need some patience. You know, she gonna have to give herself some grace because she ain't gonna get it right.
Give herself some grace.
Yeah, because it's gonna be nights and days and she ain't gonna know what to do, but just take her time and learn her baby. And she gonna know those cries from when it's hungry or when it's wet or when the baby's sick or anything. You'll learn because that motherly intuition will kick in and bond with your baby. You know, talk to her, talk to him, and don't be afraid. Don't be scared to mess up. Don't be afraid. It's okay. If you don't get it right, it's okay. There's no perfect mother. You talk to any one of us, we'll tell you we have made some mistakes in doing this.
I think that kind of, well, no, this question I can throw in because my question is, what wish would you make for a mother that you do not know in this world? You do not know her. What wish would you make for her? A random mother out there in the world. She could be in Nebraska, New York, Florida, Arkansas, California, Canada, Europe. What wish would you make for her? Not knowing her, but what wish would you make for that future first-time mama?
I wish that she and her baby will always be in a safe place.
Momma Lisa, I want to thank you again for doing this. I know Whitney forgot to tell you about it, but it's really for me, it's like a tutorial learning session because once again, some things I'm just never going to experience, but it's just certain questions that I want to ask, and I always wanted to do a Mother's Day episode, but I just didn't know the person. And then last year when I asked Whitney, She like, I think she will. And then we did it. Like literally, like I can't wait to post this on my mama page.
Oh Lord.
Like, cause really that's where that little boom we got came from my mama Facebook page.
Really? Really?
And
I like I said, I can't even remember what was said last year. I
it's
can't.
it was a lot because what I remember I had like 10 questions, but I only think we tapped into maybe 4, maybe even 3 on top of it.
Really? Okay.
Because once we started talking about the protection and the love thing, and then your childhood, growing up seeing your mom and your aunties, then we got to Delisa, like still don't know how she got pregnant. Then it was just like when I looked up, it was literally, if I'm correct, I think I had to edit it down maybe to maybe like 70, 80 minutes, but we had close to about
yeah, we was there for a minute.
It was like an hour and 30 some minutes, something like that. Stuff I had to edit out. So it's just good to hit. For me, it's good to have these conversations because it's somebody out there, and like I told Whitney and Delisa, you don't know what you got, how it's going to help somebody that you don't know.
Right.
Like somebody down the road probably going to be looking for a self-love symposium to attend, and somebody might be listening to get into the nail business. You don't know who you're going to affect. Your job is just to do it and put it out there.
That's it.
So these conversations that I get to have, I don't know who is going to help, but I do know it's going to help somebody. And if it helps somebody, I'm good. Might not ever meet that person, he or she, but if they say I watched the episode of the Cow podcast that changed the dynamics of my life, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm cool with, I mean, because sometimes it could just be one word, you know, and if we can help and change a person's life for the better, then that's what we do. That's what we're here for.
So, no, I need you to do a quick video to all the mother. Give a big Mother's Day shout out to all the mothers out there. This time we're gonna get you to do it and not Delisa and Whitney. So, the floor is yours. Let me know when you're ready, because this is what I'm gonna edit. Okay, I'm gonna write the time down and go and edit this part.
Okay. I want to wish every mother a very happy Mother's Day and enjoy your day. You are a special mother. Love yourself because we always love others. So today is going to be your special day. So happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. Much love to you all.
And with that being said, Momma Lisa, thank you so much. I do got another gift for you for doing this. I'm gonna make sure I mail it to you. Cause my mama, she do the paparazzi jewelry.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And I'm her best customer.
Well, thank you. You know, you don't have to do that, but
No. I have to because, like, once again.
What my gift?
I got you. I'm gonna get you some bobby pins.
Oh, Lord.
You jumped in the video. No, but let me say this. Doing this podcast thing probably for the last it's coming on 5 years in November. To get people to get on and actually have a conversation and not afraid to actually say what's on their mind and not worry about what people think about it. It is big. And I'm learning that I can't take that for granted because there's certain people like you, like Whitney, like Delisa. If I call, I know y'all get on, and I just can't take that for granted. So every time, like now that I can do stuff and give a gift for doing that, like I'm gonna do it because I don't know when I'm gonna need you again. Wow. And what I don't want to do is keep running to the well and not bringing something to the well.
I understand. I thank you. I enjoy it any way I can help. You know, I don't. You know me. I'm a person that likes to help. I enjoy helping. I enjoy serving others.
Yep, Momma Lisa. That's why we call you Momma Lisa. And the only thing is, you just let me down when it came to the food.
But I got you. Trust me. I got everything. Hey, when you tell me you coming, I'm laying out the spread.
No, we coming. Because we trying to come back before the Self-Love Symposium of 2026. Give an early promo to that. So
Okay.
I don't know when we're gonna come back to Little Rock, Arkansas, but I know we're coming back.
Okay, y'all come on back. I got you. Like I said, y'all come back. I got the spread. David always said fish, steaks, ribs. Y'all want whatever you want, crab, whatever you want.
I'm a catfish person.
You a catfish person?
I love catfish.
I'm gonna tell you, he makes some mean catfish.
Love catfish.
So we'll lay it out for you. Whatever you tell me what you want. You give me the menu, and I got you. All you got to do is sit down and eat and enjoy.
All right. I'm saving this part. I'm gonna edit this part. So, first thing first, happy Mother's Day to you, Momma Lisa.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Delisa. Happy look at her coming back around, issue.
Thank you.
You deserve it. You got a Solomon in the world.
She do.
Yeah.
She do.
Happy TT Bay Mother's Day to her. Happy Mother's Day to Quita. Happy Mother's Day to Zorro. Most importantly, happy birthday to my mother, Melba Williams, who somehow, some way put me in this world, and here I am. And then happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I heard this quote from a professor. He said, who is the most powerful people in the world are mothers, because they give birth to the most powerful people in the world. So Momma Lisa, thank you again for doing this. Like I always say, we're going to get better and do better, and y'all have a good night.
Thank you and love you.
G14 classified. That's good.
Headline, Starlight. DJ Star.